NBA Youngboy has spent a majority of his career on house arrest, but this has never stopped him from becoming one of today's biggest artists. Right now he's locked down in Utah and proving he can do it again. He's been making headlines for months straight after almost every song he's released. Now he has the entire industry in a chokehold as he called out multiple rappers, such as Lil Durk, Boosie, Gucci Mane, and more. Youngboy has a reputation for calling his ops out on his songs, so this really isn't anything new. He's beefed with rappers like Fredo Bang and Kevin Gates in the past, but even these beefs didn't have such a large impact on the industry as what's going on right now. This all started a year and a half ago when King Von was gunned down outside an Atlanta hookah lounge. This was the result of an ongoing conflict between Von, NBA Youngboy, and their associates. The two had been going back and forth prior to Von's passing, and after his unfortunate death, things seemed to go quiet for a while.
Watch how flex. Pull up if it's that.
Not much was said until the beginning of this year when NBA Youngboy decided to speak on it in a song called Bring the Hook. There he dissed O-Block, the neighborhood in Chicago that made King Von. This event single-handedly started the beef between Youngboy and OTF all over again. This time, maybe even worse. Since King Von isn't here to defend himself, Lil Durk and OTF have made a point to stand up for him. This sparked a back and forth between Durk and Youngboy, with members of their crews getting involved as well. They posted Instagram photos taunting each other as things escalated. O-Block members posted a video of them burning green flags, which represents Youngboy's 4K Trey gang, and declaring war. On top of it, artists and fans have been choosing sides as well, adding more fuel to the fire, but also dividing everyone, making listeners feel like they can't be a fan of both and they too have to side with one of them. This created a toxic fan base as both of these artists have large followings. Lil Durk responded to this beef on socials, but people anticipated he would also drop music. Right as things were starting to slow down, Durk released his song Aha, which trended #1 on YouTube as people tuned in. In the first verse, he addresses Youngboy with the lines,
"Niggas acting like they really like that, says my brody dad. Just get out the feds, you bring up murders with your police ass."
He took it a step further by dropping the line,
"I told Von to leave that bitch alone, she posts on OnlyFans."
This was referring to NBA Youngboy's ex-girlfriend, Jania. Jania was part of the reason Von and Youngboy had beef to begin with, after she was seen holding hands with King Von in a photo from 2020. It didn't take longer than 24 hours for Youngboy to respond with a song of his own titled I Hate Youngboy. But this time, he wanted to send a message out not just to Durk, but anybody he felt was trying to bully him.
How you talking shit when the name died about your cousin?
This was referring to the death of OTF Nunu, who was shot in 2014, and Youngboy says Durk didn't do anything about it. He then goes for Von and O-Block once again with Quando Got No Filter, They Ain't Gon' Fuck With Him, Clean Up on Aisle O. Youngboy's never been afraid to hold back in his lyrics, but he did catch everyone off guard when he then came for other artists we didn't even think he was beefing with.
Used to fuck with Gucci till I seen he like them pussy niggas.
Although Youngboy and Gucci made songs in the past and used to be cool, NBA didn't like how he sided with Lil Durk and didn't want to be fake about it, so he's calling him out.
I'ma put a meal in a secret compartment and pull up at your punch and park and bet $1 million.
Gucci used this opportunity to clap back on his Instagram with the caption, "I thought you felt like Gucci Mane in 2006, referring to the hook on Youngboy's hit song, Make No Sense. Then Gucci Mane dropped his own song and video, publicity stunt, to weigh in on the beef.
This me for publicity, nigga. Is you in the streets or in the street, nigga? Is you my fan or my enemy, nigga? My money too grown to be kidding with niggas.
The lyrics on the song are self-explanatory despite him never mentioning Youngboy's name. Gucci's song would also start to trend on YouTube, making it the third diss song in 1 week between these artists and bringing even more attention to the beef. Youngboy didn't stop there though. He also came for Lil Baby on the song when he rapped.
Baby William, 4PF, 4 pose fine.
Lil Baby and Youngboy also used to work together, so this was surprising as well. But Lil Baby and Durk are also very close, so again, Youngboy used this as an opportunity to show he's coming after anyone he thinks is taking sides. The last artist Youngboy name dropped was Lil Boosie.
Feel like Boosie don't even like me, bitch don't call my phone.
This was probably the most surprising diss for fans as both Youngboy and Boosie are from the same city, and even made full-length projects together in the past. Boosie then responded with the song, I don't call phones, I call shots.
That fake shit, don't speak on me no more, little nigga. You know that I don't go for that. Let's keep it real, dog. You was a hoe for that.
But the issues between Boosie and Youngboy didn't seem as serious as the others. To finish off the song, Youngboy also called out YouTube streamers who react to his music. And then he came for Apple Music, who was promoting Durk's diss song Aha, so they got the name drop from Youngboy as well. I Hate Youngboy might be one of the craziest diss songs this decade, just for the controversy it's now caused. Immediately after all these songs were released, Youngboy then announced he was doing a collab tape with DaBaby that was dropping on March 4th.
Okay, I made it right and I got off on Sugar Creek.
saw the police at the shell. I saw them niggas look at me.
The problem with March 4th is it was the same day King Von's posthumous album was set to release. Of course, people thought Youngboy was doing this on purpose, as it's an unwritten rule to not cross another artist's release date. With that being said, some people took it as if DaBaby was choosing sides as well by doing this, so he too was then caught in the crossfire. Boss Top and other rappers then started posting identical pictures that said King Von better than both of you. DaBaby tried to clear the air by stating nobody can tell him who he can and can't work with. And he paid his respects to Von, but warns OTF not to come for him because he doesn't choose sides. But this response still wasn't good enough for some. Durk even performed his diss song on national TV before releasing his latest track, Computer Murderers, which has a few bars that appear to be aimed at Youngboy once again. Now it's hard to tell who's gonna make the next move, as so many artists are involved and the industry completely divided, as this might just be the beginning of it all.
Niggas from the north,